stutter. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been to prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now. That's funky, about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that. That might give you life advice. Get some money, get some money.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL2, and we've got a good one here between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That first good for 20 and a 1st down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Chargers are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think
force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
No matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Wilson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 37 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. This one swung out to Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos! K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They didn't want to crash in the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Up the middle, it's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and 5. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Wilson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 35. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique, and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Second and 10. Here's Herbert once more. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Running on first down, Eckler. Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Eckler now between the tackles. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Touchdown, Chargers. Nicole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he returns this to the 22. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock
for the third quarter.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bounce at the 17.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson.
At the Chargers' 31-yard line.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It's a gain of 9 yards. And just like that, it's third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by McManus is good.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Right. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down and inside the 40. 106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Williams, the man in motion left. On second down, Eckler gets past one man, and he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And 3rd quarter here, you've got to lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds or kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
18. And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On first down. Justin Herbert. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
A handoff. It's Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Herbert on third down now. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Trailed over. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Looking to throw. Wilson. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Here's Wilson on 4th down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert Okwuegbunam from 3 yards out. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score, Chargers 28, Broncos 17. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Eckler. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Once more, here's Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Man open left side. It's Williams. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.